Marketing your childcare center probably feels like one big, exhausting guessing game. You try one thing, nothing. Try another, still crickets. Maybe a few clicks, maybe someone calls, but then no shows. And then you're left staring at your empty calendar thinking, what am I doing wrong? Look, you're not alone. In fact, most childcare center owners that I talk to, they feel the exact same way. And I don't blame them, because the truth is, the marketing industry has really failed your space. Big time. Most of the advice out there isn't made for centers like yours. It's made for lifestyle brands, restaurants, e-commerce shops, not a place where parents hand over their child, their entire world, for 8 hours a day. Hey, I'm Matt Celestio. I'm a marketing specialist here at Grow Your Center, and we help childcare center owners just like you finally get the leads, tours, and enrollments they deserve without the burnout or guessing what works. See, marketing in childcare isn't about going viral or getting a bunch of likes. It's about building trust with a stranger. Fast. It's about showing up exactly when a parent is at their most vulnerable, most frustrated, overwhelmed, and searching for help, and convincing them in just seconds that your center is the safest and smartest choice. But here's the problem no one's talking about. Most centers, they don't have a system for that. What they have is hope. A few boosted posts, a dusty website someone's cousin made back in 2017, maybe a Google business if they're lucky. But there's no real strategy, no consistent lead flow, just a lot of noise and a lot of guessing, and way too much pressure as yourself as the owner. You know what that feels like? It feels like walking into a storm without a raincoat. Every season that passes, the empty spots in your classroom, it eats away at your revenue, your team's morale, and let's be honest, your confidence probably. And when things get tight, marketing is usually the first to go, which only makes it worse. I've seen it happen way too many times. Centers are amazing at what they do. Warm, loving staff, incredible environments, but no one knows they exist. Or worse, they do know and still don't call. Why? Because that parent that Googled daycare near me at 9:45 p.m. while lying in bed stressed out of their mind, and your center didn't show up. Or worse, it did show up, but it was buried beneath outdated photos, confusing words, or an ad that looked like it came from a template farm. And all that crucial split-second decision, that moment when they're ready to buy and decide, they decided to click someone else. That's why most marketing fails childcare centers. Not because you're not trying, not because you don't care, but because no one ever taught you how to market in a way that matches the gravity of the parents' decisions that you're serving. This isn't pizza. This is their child, their baby, and their standards are sky high, as they should be. Oh, by the way, if this information is resonating with you, I release free weekly playbooks that show childcare center owners just like yourself why their center isn't growing, how to improve their marketing, and why most enrolled centers are working and what they're doing in the industry. I've left that link below. Go ahead, get on my list. It's 100% free. Now, before I tell you what does work, I want you to know I've seen behind the scenes of hundreds of centers. I've seen owners who are working 12-hour days, juggling admin, staffing issues, licensing, and somehow trying to post on social media just to stay relevant. I see you and I get it. This isn't about not working hard enough. This is about finally putting a system in place that works as hard as you do. So let's talk about what that looks like. It's not post 3 times a day on TikTok and the algorithm will reward you. No, the marketing platform that we care about for centers just like yours, the ones we've used to pack classrooms from East Coast to West Coast in the US, is Google and Facebook, and here's why. When a parent needs care, they're searching for it. They go to Google and they type things in like best preschool near me, or childcare with extended hours, or daycares with infants in their city. And when they're doing that, they're not just browsing, they're deciding. And this is what we call bottom of funnel intent. These are the parents who are ready to take action. But guess what? Just because they're searching doesn't mean they're going to find you. And even if they do find you, it doesn't mean they're going to click, because most centers, they're either not running Google ads or they're doing it wrong. Their ads are generic, their websites are weak, their follow-up is non-existent. So even if they do get that precious click, it turns into nothing. What we do differently at Grow Your Center for our clients is we build an enrollment engine using Google Ads as the starting point. So you show up at the exact moment parents are looking, not 2 days later, not when they randomly see a boosted post, in that moment. When they're halfway to a decision, you are there. We make sure your ads are only showing up for parents who are actively looking for childcare, not just random people browsing. And we keep the ads local, so you're only spending money on reaching families near your center. When they click, they don't just land on a generic website either. They go to a website that's designed to make them feel confident, answer their biggest worries, and show them exactly why your center is the right choice. It's how you turn attention into enrollment, reliably and repeatedly. Now let me give you a real life example. We worked with a center out of Pennsylvania, okay? We came in, we built their advertising campaign from scratch. We revamped their messaging and layout on their website to speak directly to what parents actually care about, and making booking a tour very easy. Within their time working with us, they grew from just 28 enrollments all the way to 76. Now that's not a fluke. That's what happens when you finally stop throwing spaghetti at the wall and start using a proven marketing system designed for your industry. Because childcare isn't like any other business. It requires more empathy, more trust, and a lot more strategy. So imagine this. You wake up on a Tuesday morning, you check your inbox, and there's a tour request form from a parent that found you last night on Google. You didn't have to post anything, you didn't have to guess, you didn't have to follow up endlessly. The system just worked, and it keeps working week after week, month after month. That's what marketing should feel like. It's not a daily grind, not a Hail Mary. It's a machine that brings the right families to your center on autopilot. So if your center deserves to be full, and if your team deserves consistency, and honestly, if you're just tired of guessing, you don't need to work harder. You need to work smarter with the right system built by people who actually understand the space you're in. Because the next time a parent searches daycare near me or preschool near me, they should find you, and they should feel in their gut that this is the right center for them. And if you're ready to make that happen, take a bird's eye view of your current marketing. Is it built for chaos, or is it built for a system? I know this might seem overwhelming and there's a bunch of information going around. So if you're wondering about the next step, you have no idea, no sweat. I've left the link in the description below, and we'll have a free conversation about how we can implement this in your center. A lot of our clients aren't even technologically savvy, so there's no worries about not being in that space and being fully confident in that. Because once the system is in place, you'll never look at marketing the same. So click that link below and let's have a conversation and see where we're a good fit. And if you're not ready to move forward just yet, not a problem. I left below another link where you can join and get my insider circle, where I release free playbooks for childcare center owners just like yourself to show you how to build these enrollment engines, where your current gaps are, and what you need to improve on to make sure that your system doesn't feel like chaos. It feels like a system. Everything's in the description below, and I'll see you next week, guys, here at the Grow Your Center channel.